If it's true what I'm saying, is that evil?
I think it's misguided. Evil,
is it
no.
evil?
I don't think it's, no. I don't
is it love?
It's not love.
So it has to be evil, right?
Maybe it's indifference.
That's evil. How about if white people would chant,
well, let me
what do we want? Blacks in the blanket. What do we want? Dead blacks. Would that be evil?
She's kind of looking like a hypocrite right now. I hope this video gets better.
If it's true what I'm saying, is that evil?
I think it's misguided. Evil,
is it
no.
evil?
I don't think it's, no, I don't.
Is it love?
It's not love.
So it has to be evil, right?
Maybe it's indifference.
That's evil. How about if white people would chant,
well, let me
what do we want? Blacks in the blanket. What do we want? Dead blacks. Would that be evil?
It would not be love.
Would it?
So if you guys don't know what's going on, she's talking about racist protests or anti-racist protests that I guess the Black Lives Matter movement did or groups of minorities do relative to the white community. And what Jesse Lee Peterson is trying to do is point out certain hypocritical actions that take place, such as yelling, "I want harmed white groups." And he said, okay, if they say they want harm white groups, would it also be racist to say, would it be wrong to say if they want harm black groups? And her response was a moment of silence. She didn't answer the question immediately. She instead sat there and said that wouldn't be an evil thing to do. That would just be a not loving thing to do, which is just evil. Nonetheless, she's kind of looking like a hypocrite right now. I hope this video gets better. I hope she, justifies her thoughts as we continue. But let's continue.
Be evil.
It wouldn't be right.
Would it be evil?
For white people to chant that they want to see black bodies dead in the street, that's pretty evil.
So when the Black Lives Matter people did it, was it evil?
Well, when black people lower ourselves to when we begin to adopt the mentalities that have already been oppressive to us, we don't need to exchange one oppression for the other. So in other words, I don't need to see dead cops to make me feel better about, or that's not going to even the playing field for the fact that police officers have killed black bodies.
Is it evil when they chant that, Black Lives Matter people?
I don't think that I wouldn't call it evil.
Amazing.
Because I think that it's reactionary. I think it's mob. It is reactionary, and maybe they do want to see.
But not evil to call for the death of cops.
I think it's misguided.
But not evil.
I mean, I hear where you want to force me into the corner.
No,
right?
I just want to hear.
Saying
I'm
that.
just asking a specific question.
But Black Lives Matter is more than just the people. If people are chanting and asking for dead bodies, then it doesn't have love. That's really all that I can say.
When they ask for dead cops, is that evil?
I just think it's wrong.
How about evil?
It's not right.
Is it evil?
It's not kind.
Is it evil?
It's not nice.
How about evil?
I wouldn't use that word.
So are you saying no, it's not evil?
I would say I wouldn't use that word.
You wouldn't use the word evil?
I have to know the context.
If white people were chanting, what do we want? Dead black cops. Would that be evil?
Dead black cops.
Would that be evil?
Well, that's very different. That's not what the Black Lives.
If they would, Black Lives Matter hate white cops. If white people were chanting, what do we want? Dead cops, referring to the black cops, would that be evil?
Let me say this. If in this what do you call this, hypothetical situation, that if white people have been experiencing the type of actions from the police that black folks have experienced here in this country for all this time, then if they were making that chant, then it would be, it's a different world. So I don't really deal too much in hypotheticals. We have plenty of reality, so I don't know how it would respond, but I know that I have heard plenty of white groups who are chanting, who have chanted very evil things about
So it is
black
evil
people.
when white people do it about blacks?
When let me put it like this. It is, what is the word? It is without love. And you use the word evil, but I think that is too narrow. I think it's, and this is where I talk about
like maybe.
complexity, that there's just more to it than to say because they said that makes them evil. It's not that simple.
Yes, it is.
For me.
It's evil. But I got to ask you a real quick question.
And let me just say this, please, may I?
Yeah.
That Melina Abdullah is a great leader. She is a good heart, a good...
It's evil. It's evil. It's wrong, at the least. It's wrong. He's trying to say that it's evil to chant, oh, I want this to happen. I want that to happen. Obviously, in real life, there's more nuance to chants and to decisions. That's just how life works. Life isn't black and white. Just because something's not good doesn't automatically make it evil. Means it's evil. That's a very low level way of interpreting things. Nonetheless, it is hypocritical to support one side saying those things. You want, for example, you want to harm white people. If you support a side saying they want to harm white people, and he asks you the question, okay, would you support a group of people saying they want to harm black people? And you immediately can't even create an answer in your mind. That does ring a lot of bells, because obviously not all white people are bad people, obviously. And obviously not all black people are bad people either. But if you support one side saying that they want to harm all white people, and you immediately say, yeah, that's not evil, but then when he asks you the reverse, you can't even think of something to say, you are being a hypocrite. You are being unfair. You are being illogical in that. Nonetheless, just because something isn't evil, just because something isn't good doesn't automatically mean it's evil. Maybe if we were in a children's book, you can say that, but in real life, there's nuance. However, she is still being a hypocrite in her actions.
She's a coward.
And I've never seen her express any cowardice towards anyone, anywhere.
We tried to get on the show. She's too afraid to come on.
That's not why she's not here. That's not why she's
not here. Tell her I said, you know her?
I know her.
Tell her she's a coward.
I don't need to tell her that.
Tell
she
her
knows
I
that.
said it.
Well, she'll see. Maybe she'll see it.
She's an evil, nasty coward.
She's none of those things.
No, she's a coward.
But I can understand why she wouldn't want to come and have this conversation.
I know a coward when I see a coward.
No, she's
Dr.
already
Abdullah Melina is a coward.
Well, that's your opinion on it. She may say the same about you.
But I face her anytime, anywhere, anyhow, anytime.
But cowardice is not necessarily just being able to sit and have a conversation. That's not the intent.
But she doesn't even have the nerve to do that.
Well, maybe she doesn't have the desire.
When it is, you have to agree with her for her to come in, right? If you don't agree with her, she doesn't have. But I got to ask you this.
Okay.
When will the social justice warrior people know that enough is enough? When they say, okay, white people, y'all have given us all that we want. We are now equal. What will have to happen for them to know that?
That's a good question. I don't know what we know. And I talk about this all the time in my class. How do you know when you achieve justice?
Right.
It's very subjective. It's individual. Some people may feel that justice has already been served. Some people feel that there's nothing left to fight for. But I think that when we know,
if black people were raised by good parents, they had a father and a mother in the home who were good examples, who taught them to work, to be responsible, to treat others as they treat themselves, would they be crying social justice stuff?
Yeah, I think it's important. I think that this is what America is. No, America is about. It is founded on revolution. It's founded on rebellion.
But not against, white people founded this country, right, and created the greatest country in the world. They didn't mean for the blacks to be carrying on like this.
I know. That's what's so great about it.
But they're so destructive.
Black people, the plan.
Have you noticed that black people only purpose on life is to destroy and not to build? They destroy neighborhoods, they destroy families, they destroy white people. You could let them into a decent neighborhood, they'll destroy it. You let them into a decent white university, they destroy it. You let them on the job, they destroy it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do.
I do not.
Yes,
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Yes, you do.
I don't.
I know you know. We're going to have coffee because you know.
I would love to talk to him because sometimes Jesse Lee Peterson has very anti-black takes. And that was the first time I've ever used that phrase, but a lot of the things he says are just downright racist against black people. Black people do not inherently destroy America. And he said one phrase, he said, when white people founded America, they did not intend for blacks. He said this exactly. When white people founded America, they did not intend for blacks to carry on like this. when European settlers founded America, black people were brought in as slaves. So yes, technically, they may not have intended for minorities to be free. But nonetheless, I only said that because he brought up they didn't intend for blacks to carry on like this, as if they intended for, I guess, African Americans to have a civilized discourse. They intended for people to be slaves. And it wasn't until the founding fathers, well, it wasn't even that. They wrote in the Constitution that every human is equal, and it wasn't until the Civil Rights Movement where everyone was truly granted the same laws and same privileges. And we had to have an entire civil war years prior to that just to fully abolish slavery. So I don't even understand his point of bringing up when they founded America. America was a completely different country when it was founded versus today. Nonetheless, there are a lot of destructive things happening in the black community, but to sit here and spread the narrative that black people just destroy everything they touch, it's not only a little strange considering you are a black man, it's also downright wrong, and it can lead to a lot of hate in one community. It can lead to a lot of hate for someone who just is black, whereas, oh, they'll see black people and they'll just assume they destroy things and they don't have any use other than to ruin white institutions or ruin white places of work. It's just really strange to me. Nonetheless, the lady, she was still being a little hypocritical, but also Jesse Lee Peterson was being, towards the end of the video, just outright racist against black people. Let me know if you agree or disagree with me. My name is LFR JoJo. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.